Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to film like a kind of like clean, fresh face, makeup, no makeup vibe. I've done a lot of like full glam. Most of the time I actually don't really wear makeup like in the week. But there are some days that I'll just do minimal makeup. I have been doing some new skincare recently and my face is feeling very refreshed and I'm super happy with how my skin is looking at the minute. I still do have like a few acne scars that are kind of leaving, but my face is feeling good at the moment. For Christmas, my bestie Liam got me KYLIE Skin minis. I've been using the foaming face wash and the vanilla milk toner. Love these. I kind of had been toying with getting some KYLIE Skin stuff for a while, but I have so much skincare. But now I've actually tried these, I think I'm going to get the bigger version, definitely of the foaming face wash. It feels really nice, but it doesn't strip your skin like some like face washes do. And then I have this, so I've got a vitamin C serum and just like a normal face moisturiser. So I'm just going to pop these on. This is in like a glass bottle, the vitamin C, and this is just in like a little tube. So I'm just going to pop this on. It comes out, it looks like a serum. And yeah, I was really pleasantly surprised with those other things. But yeah, this vitamin C serum doesn't have a smell, which is nice. Super hydrating. And we all just know that vitamin C is great. Pushing that in. And some of this moisturiser. Again, just a little bit. I've been doing a bit more skincare before my makeup. If I want kind of like a lighter base, because I think it just adds that like glow without you having to put kind of any products on. Whereas before I would kind of just do kind of my sun cream and moisturiser and then a primer. Now I've been really like layering everything. But as you can see, my skin is just super hydrated, super plump. Yeah. Happy with that. I am going to prime today. I'm going to use the VIEVE Skin Nova, which is again, it's another kind of skincare. My face is dry, so I'm quite lucky that I can kind of layer serums and moisturisers and my skin just kind of sucks it up. I know that if you have more oily skin, maybe all this moisture would be a bit scary. Next, I am going to use just a tiny bit of my Hollywood Flawless Filter. I'm literally just going to put this kind of just in the centre of my face. This does take the coverage away, but I think for no makeup it kind of adds the product, but just really melts it in. And that's kind of what I want. I want the products there but with like low coverage, and this just gives, can you see that kind of like glass skin base? See how the light reflects just from that inner section. I'm now going to take my L'Oreal True Match. This is my like favourite skin tint kind of like low coverage foundation, and again I'm just going to apply this kind of in the centre of my face. I am actually going to put a tiny bit down there at the bottom, and again beauty blender. Sometimes I let my foundation sit a little, but again, because we're not adding that much coverage, we just want our skin to look filtered and like skin. The reason why I love this foundation so much is it just looks like my skin up close. I still have an acne scar of a spot that's been around for a few weeks actually. But I'm a bit of a picker. And with this one, it was kind of nearly there. I should have just left it. And I picked it and took it back like for 3 days. So as you can see, that foundation has literally just filtered out kind of just any redness and any discoloration, but it's still, you can still really see my skin. I have like very faint freckles. It's the winter, so they haven't really come out. I think that looks really lovely. Next, I am going to spot conceal with my soft matte. And I'm just going to take this on a very tiny, like fluffy brush. And I'm just going to spot conceal kind of any blemishes. And I roughly go over everything with this brush. Kind of around the whole area that's a bit red. And then I'm going to use my finger to blend it in. Because my face is so dewy underneath, everything is just really just melting in together. And it just creates this lovely, can you see this glow? Do a tiny bit of concealer, but I'm going to use this banana Lowlighter from RODIal. And it's basically a very light concealer. I wouldn't even call it a concealer, but it basically doesn't have that much coverage at all. And again, I'm going to take the sponge and just kind of blend that in. I don't even know, yeah, so it's a complexion enhancer, so I wouldn't even call it a concealer, but it's a complexion enhancer, and I feel like that is what it does. I think it just brightens and lifts. I wouldn't say it like conceals, but I think if I don't really want to conceal under my eyes, I just want to add some brightness, which you can see it's done. It's just a bit in my centre of my forehead. And again, I'm doing everything with the sponge, so it really just melts in. Next, we are going to do cream contour. And I am going to use a brush for this. I'm going to take this Peaches and Cream PC21, which is kind of like an angled fluffy brush, and I'm taking the REFY cream brush in Malaya, and this is a super glowy blush, and I'm actually going to blush quite high up, just so I've got kind of that flush in my cheek. Into the temples, and it's super blown out, nothing, no lines. This is a really light liquid blushes from Made by Mitchell. This is in Collectible. Can you see it's so light? So I'm just going to put a bit more on my hand and just take that brush again and just dab it out. And just literally just go back over that. So it's a super light bronzer. I really don't want anything heavy at all. It's super glowy, so you're not taking away any of the work we've put in for our base. I'm just going to put a tiny bit on the end of my nose, but this is almost like non-detectable, but it just adds literally the tiniest bit of just colour. Okay, I'm going to go in now with the KOSAS Cloud Set, and I'm literally just going to put this, I love this pad, ever since I've got it, it's been the one that I kind of reached to. It is got a slight shimmer to it, which some people might find scary and don't like, but I quite like it. And for looks like this, when you want that radiance, it's great. So I'm just going to pop this under the eyes. And kind of in the T-zone. you still have that gorgeous shine because this powder feels so lightweight. This powder is, yeah, I'm glad I got it. I waited quite a while to get it. I feel like I was like and ahhing, but I'm really glad I got it. Next, I am going to do brows. I'm just going to take the 24-hour brow setter and kind of just run this through. I'm not really pushing them up. So again, I want this to kind of be like undetectable makeup. So I'm kind of just following my kind of normal brow shape, that the way they go. Like normally I go up, whereas this time I'm going kind of at an angle. I'm going to let them dry for a minute, and then I'm going to take the 3D Brow Tones, which has a slight tint, and I'm not going to put anything in the front. I'm just going to run this through the tails where I feel like I actually don't have a lot of colour. The front of my brows are quite dark, and then they go blonder. I am next going to just run over like a very pale tone just all over the eyes. That is to just cancel out I have quite veiny eyes. And then I'm going to take this, it's like the VIEVE eye ones. This is in Pink Velvet, and I'm just going to take this and run this along my lash line. But it just adds the tiniest bit of definition. And again, just run this underneath as well. So it just accentuates your eyes, but without even, like, you just can't even tell. It looks just so natural. Next, I am going to, I curled my eyelashes last week in my last video, and my eyelashes turned out great. So I'm just going to curl them again, and then I'm going to take the Maybelline Sky High, and I'm literally just going to do the lightest layer. I don't want any clumps, I just want a super light layer. Again, trying to be as undetectable and just look like I've got amazing lashes. I normally really like that like clumpy eyelash vibe, but I'm just going to do a tiny bit on the bottom. So very light, like from a distance your eyes just look wider and brighter, but you've just got a tiny bit. Almost looks like you've just like tinted them. Lastly, I'm just going to line my lips in the Lavender and Lace pencil by NYX, and I'm literally just going to do the outer edges. And this colour is basically like my lips but better colour. So you want to choose something that's quite similar to kind of this rosy colour in the centre of your lips. So just outlining the edge. And then I'm going to take some of the cream eyeshadow that I use around my eyes and just blend this over my lips. And I'm taking like a lip oil, so this is the MAC lip conditioner, and then that's just neutralised the bright reds. I have quite naturally really pink lips. I am just going to add a hint of bronzer, but literally the tiniest bit, just back here. I'm just gonna go down my nose a tiny bit. This step is very unnecessary, but I find it just snatches me in. Just makes my face look a bit more structured. And there we have it. A very like no makeup, super light eyes, just really refreshed. Skin looking plump. I've got radiant, super glowy. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed watching me create this very natural look. I enjoyed filming it. And I'll see you again soon.